How about now? I didn't even have it muted. I don't know what. That was not my fault. That's something with OBS. OBS updated and defaulted all of my settings to default, which I have to put the microphone on. That makes no sense. I know I didn't mute it this time just so to make sure I didn't say nothing when the countdown was going off and I was setting everything up. I made sure that I didn't mute the mic because I always start with no sound. And the damn thing still didn't work. Because it doesn't tell you which mic is picked. It just says mic. And that's it. So I apologize. Maybe one day I'll get these live straight. So what I was saying was, yesterday I had to go to Baton Rouge in the rain, in the cold rain, and go. Now you have an echo. Oh, now. So I had to go on top of the roof to go deal with one of my devices that was pinging, but a certain third-party OS crashed on it, like some other ones I've had. And I had to go up there, and eventually the only way I could get it back to the desktop was to burn a new OS on it. So I wasn't happy. But on the way back, I stopped at the local gas station to get something to drink and a snack because I didn't eat lunch. And what I was showing y'all was they had Hubig's pies. But I'm like, man, that'd be cool to eat one. Take a little video of me eating one on the way home and share it with y'all. But they didn't have any apple or chocolate or any of the ones I really care for. It might be why it's a hint if all these are coconut and sweet potato. Maybe it needs to be a hint. But sure, I come here for top quality video. You took a wrong turn somewhere. Be here for that. But yes, it's no, it can't be just kind of cool around here. It's got to be cold and raining. And I still have right here with me my 4D Sky that's still waiting for a home, and it won't quit raining. It's supposed to rain here until Tuesday, nonstop. So we'll be going to the high school football game tomorrow night. They're in the playoffs. If they win, they go to the state championship, and it's supposed to rain. 70% chance of rain. Supposed to be cold. But I would like to eventually get this device up and running, show y'all how to set it up. I don't know how to set it up myself. So we're going to learn together, and I'll post a video of that whenever that is. I got to figure out where I'm going to put this 4D Sky at because I'd like to give it a good chance to do something. So, some of my spots I have are kind of limited, one direction or the other direction or something like that. My buddy does not have room on, because I've called him. My buddy does not have room on top of his 400-foot tower, or I would stuck it up there. But this also has 2 antennas. So wherever you put this 4D Sky, you have to figure out where you're putting both antennas. At least mine has 2 antennas, the 1090 and the UAS 978 or whatever it is, UAT 978. So we'll figure it out at some point, figure out where we're going to put it. I've been dealing with that. What else? I've been dealing with, I got roped into, whoever talked me into this Mashtastic and mesh core thing, I can kick you in the butt. Because now I'm all deep into that right now. Also trying to get mesh core system linked between New Orleans and Baton Rouge. And yeah, trying to figure that out. Not gonna be easy. Got people DMing me about mesh core. I mean, not mesh core. I got people DMing me about Mastchain. And we're gonna go over that. I want to go over some things with y'all with Mastchain. That I know I kind of briefed on with the video, but I want to show y'all some of the other AIS tracking websites so that y'all can see the difference. Because they got some people who believe that because they don't have a notion around them, they can't run this project. And I'm gonna show you in a little while. Wait for a few more people to come in before we get started with it. But that's not really entirely correct. Now, of course, you might have more, but we're gonna go over a couple of those things and show y'all what I found so far with where some stations are that I could find. And it's different. Some people might not like the antenna that's involved in it or anything like that, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit. I wanted to also check. I'm wondering how Helium Deploy did today with their air squitter. Must have got delayed by that. I thought it was supposed to come out today. Oh, tomorrow's Friday, huh? So Air Sky is tomorrow. I don't know what day of the week it is. So tomorrow is when Air Squitter 4D Sky is the second group. And remember, if you are interested in this, I'm not pushing you towards it or anything like that, saying you're covering it. I'm more curious than anything on what they're going to do different than Wingbits. They're supposed to be a little different than Wingbits. I'm just curious. But not $1,000 curious, but I'm curious. Y'all know, like, I was sent one. If y'all watched that video live when I was doing that, I got a text all of a sudden saying, "Congratulations, we're sending you a 4D Sky," and I was like, "Holy hell!" But the thing about it is Helium Deploy has changed the rules a little bit on how they're doing new exclusive devices, which the Helium Deploy is considered a new exclusive device, and also one of the miners that they have. Y'all know me, like, I'll put my own foot in my mouth. Helium Deploy has been very good to me. They've sent me devices. They sent me a rover. They sent me the 4D Sky. They sent me a Entropy Ashler when I didn't ask for it. But I've been known to put my foot in my mouth, and I told them what I thought about them not allowing the code to give y'all $50 off anything over 500. I don't think that was right. Trying to see what the other thing was. I just want to tell y'all to be accurate. I'm sorry it's taking so long. Going back through the all my emails and everything else. It was somewhere. The Hammer Script Miner. Anybody? So for the Hammer Script Miner and 4D Sky, if you use my referral code or any other YouTuber, influencers, whatever you want to say, you, instead of getting $50 off, you're going to get 3 additional months of the D-Pin Tracker Pro. So I told them straight up that I don't think that's right. When people are taking a chance on a $985 device that they don't know when ROI or if ROI is even going to come, they much rather $50 off than an additional 3 months of this Moken D-Pin tracker. So right now you get 3 months automatically. If you use my code, you get an additional 3 months. And then I get a little bit of some kind of compensation also. But to me, it's still not right. You know, if you're somebody who is constantly purchasing things from Helium Deploy, you got so many 3 months lined up. What do you really need another 3 months for? The thing about it is I know there are influencers who have contacted me who told me that they agree with me, but yet mum's the word when in the affiliate group we're in. And I think they need to put the big boy drawers on. I think if more of those influencers agreed with me and said that out loud instead of being worried that they would be in trouble by helium deploy, I think maybe they would listen to us and give y'all back the $50 off. Now, for any of these other projects, you know, if y'all still want to use this for like Wingbits, you use the Grumpy code, and the Grumpy code will still give you, in this case, 10% off. So you'd get $49 off, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, $49.50 before shipping and everything else. So it still works on some items. It's just whenever they come out with a new exclusive item, and then I asked, well, how long is new considered for? And nobody answered me on that either. So I just thought that was something I would share with y'all. I also saw somebody post something on X and also in a video I was watching that one of another, I don't know if it was an Axe miner or one of these other solo Bitcoin miners recently hit a block, which is what, it ain't 300,000 more because Bitcoin went down. Isn't it 3.25? Is it $300,000 worth of Bitcoin for hitting a block? So if you thought these things were going before, they're gonna start flying off the shelf now. That's one thing I haven't really bought yet. I wouldn't mind getting one or two just to play around with it. I understand chances of you hitting a solo block, you know, it's like just like buying lottery tickets. You have as much chance as you win in the lottery, but hey, as they said in the office, you miss 100% of the chances you don't take, 100% of the shots you don't take. Right? Right. Oh, World said lemon was really good. You don't find the lemon was a tad too tart? I'll get me a lemon every now and then if I need a good wake up. I just find a lemon cubic pie is a tad too tart. I'll be doing another race. They said it's low expensive. You know how much crypto I can buy with $60? $60. Two antennas, issues, questions. You keep putting that, but I don't know what you mean by that. Look, I played, you know, kind of like Al Bundy. I played high school football, but unlike Al, I was a center and a defensive tackle, and I've been hitting the head a lot of times. So sometimes you got to like spell it out for me a little easier. Issues, questions. What's the questions? Like in issues, do you mean, hey, if you got two antennas, you have double the chance of having issues? Like you lose me on that, Hoofwater, whenever you say that. All the important people are here. Give me 3 months of some lame software instead of $50 lame. Who's the ad wizard that thought of this one? Hey, y'all know me. Y'all know, and I'm gonna defend y'all and do what I can for y'all. I told myself I was not gonna say the P word that, you know. So I'm not saying it this video, but let's just say that when y'all use the code normally on normal things, that really helps out a lot. It does. You know, sometimes it's not much, you know, especially if y'all buying like Ashlers, get like, I don't know, a couple of dollars from it. But it's good when there's a drop, you know, even though each device is I'm only getting a couple of dollars from it, but it gets, you know, it stacks up. So I don't want to hurt my relationship with Helium Deploy. I'm gonna tell you right now, HiFix, I haven't had nobody buy anything from HiFix. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if they have, you know, and I'm not trying to create FUD. I'm not trying to hurt their business. I'm just saying that I used to get a little bit of commission from both sites, and none of y'all seem to be buying anything from HiFix. But I think HiFix really just sold Helium devices and GeoNet devices, so maybe that's why. I still have people who buy, because somebody brought this up about people aren't going to buy people aren't going to buy Wingbits devices because of another delay in TGE. And I find it's still kind of at that same pace. It's not a fast pace, Probably get 2 or 3 a week. And I still get maybe one a week, maybe one every other week of an MGW 310, which is just surprising. They must really are in it for the tech, because while I really like the GeoNet project, let's all be honest here. The reward side is not the greatest right now. And then you're about to get another halving in 6 months, which I think is piss poor planning. So let's see what somebody bought recently. Somebody bought a anyone router. I didn't even talk about that. Somebody bought 2. So that's somebody else bought an anyone router. What now I gotta go find out what anyone is. I'm looking at my affiliates list. I don't want to show it because I'm keep it somewhat private. Somebody bought a Brusho and a beamable checker node. We're gonna talk about beamable also. Somebody else bought Brusho. That's like the last 4 purchases without getting too off the wall. So what the hell is anyone router? Who fought it? You're supposed to be keeping me up to date on this, man. You about to get fired. Who fought it? Anyone router. Let's see. What the hell is it? Anyone router? Is it like a firewall? I don't know. 2 people bought them. One guy bought 2 of them. Don't know what they are. Can't tell you what they are. Don't take that as financial advice, because I mean, I might have heard of it, but I've never looked into it. I don't know how long these things have even been out for. You buy one now, you get it in 8 days, 7 days, depending on where you're from. I don't know. I don't know what anyone router is. But that goes to show you that's what's being sold right now on. So my last 4 sales were not Wingbits. I don't want nobody to think I was lying. I'm just telling you. High fix. Let's see what people have been buying on high fix. These capture things are so stupid. Ooh, I got $125. I'll take all that back. Take it back. I apologize. I see. I admit when I'm wrong. I've had in the last 2 days. I've had mobile CM triple band mini PCI upgrade card. So that must be somebody who found out or realized that GeoNet was not doing as good as it should, or didn't they stop? If you didn't have the triple band card, you weren't even getting rewards anymore, something like that. So $294. So that was from HiFix. And the other one, this is a different sale, different person. MGW 310. See? Might be able to step up to beef flavored ramen noodles this weekend instead of just the regular ramen noodles. Like, tell my wife put her fancy clothes on. We getting them good ramen noodles. The little step up. Instead of ramen noodles in the little plastic pack, they got the ramen noodles in a cup. But they get serious. Might even light a candle or 2. Yeah, boy. Listen, again, I appreciate Helium Deploy. I appreciate HiFix for what they do for us and the other influencers. Hey, we don't do it for charity. We understand that's how the game works, whatever. But I do agree that how are people putting out, but it's just the same. You have, I bring this up all the time. You have influencers, and I could pull up an influencer right now. We all know who 1 or 2 of them are, who are going to sit there and tell us they have a big thumbnail on Wingbits or on we brought up one the other day on my video. You can make $200 a month, $300 a month. How do you know that? They're still in beta. You have no idea what the token's going to be worth. So, you know, I can't really figure out earnings, new software. Yeah, I don't know how they know what earnings are. I mean, it's just questions. How to install. Oh, that's it. Okay. Having installed 2 antennas instead of 1 needs some thinking. You still get commission though that you do the software scam. I get some kind of commission. I don't know if it's the normal commission, but listen, y'all know me. There's a part of me that says if y'all can't get a discount, I feel bad getting a commission. Like, I'm here to help y'all guys. I started this channel as a channel to help y'all. Yes, I got lured in to help also that by helping y'all get a discount, y'all follow me. Hey, y'all can use a discount and I get a little bit of that. I'm not getting the full 10% that y'all get off. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It ain't the full 10% that y'all get off or the full $50. If y'all go over 500, you get $50 off. I'm not getting the full part, but it's something and it helps out. And like I said, and when like the best, I'll never forget the first time when MGW 310s and when the WB 200s, when he first got released, some things flew off the shelf. When I saw my commission that time, I fell backwards. Like I thought I was gonna have chest pains and heart attack. I couldn't thank y'all enough. Entropy Ashlers, even though I barely made anything off each individual, them things flew off the shelf in great numbers. And it helped out. I forget, I had something going on even at the house. I don't know if that's when my septic tank broke or something, but it's okay. God provides. Like I know some of y'all ain't religious and some of y'all are, whatever, but I'm telling you, it just seems like there's times when things get really tough around here, something happens. You get high fix. I told y'all, high fix. I've had like 3 things bought in the past 2 days, but before that, it's been 2 months since I had anything. It's just, hey, that's the way it works out. I'm happy. Back to who farted. I do agree. Figuring out how in the hell I'm going to install this. And not only that, but you know, some of my host locations that have a great view of the sky, they already got a Wingbits antenna. So am I going to go and say, dude, I need to go put 2 more antennas up? Some people will be like, hold on, bro. I helped you out with one thing. And I know you helped me out with some stuff, but I don't want to start looking like a transmitter site. And I can understand that. So now with a project you're looking at do, now you don't have to do both. They sent me both, but really it comes with this one, which is the 1090 and GPS combined antenna. And while I'm not accusing, and it's not going to be 4D Sky, it's going to be Jet Vision. Jet Vision was slick by making this a combined antenna because now there's one port for GPS and for 1090. So you have to get their combined antenna, which that's why Helium Deploy charged a little bit more, because now this is included where before you had to pay for it separately. And then if another $100, then you can get UAT, at least in North America, 978. Now, what I think is funny is my site, y'all know I love my Wingbits. I'm gonna show y'all a video in a minute that I thought was hilarious. Y'all know I love my Wingbits, but y'all know, where the hell put this up? All right, y'all know I love my Wingbits, but y'all know if y'all follow my channels long enough that I do have a host that has a building, south, deep South Louisiana, and even though it's his building, I don't know what's on his conscience, but again, hey, you know, people weird, people funny. But anyway, he felt that even though he was giving me space to put a Wingbits device, since it was for profit, he was afraid, maybe because he does a lot of public service work or something like that. He insisted me putting the flight aware up because he also wanted it a way that anybody in the public or anybody in that town could technically see it if he wanted to give it out. Whatever, man, whatever you say. But what I'm getting at is that's on a separate pie, on a separate antenna, and it's using the gray grumpy antenna, as I call it, from Amazon, because that is a 1090/978 tuned antenna. They're doing ADS-B and UAT on the same device with one antenna. but 4D Sky and Jet Vision wants you to use two separate antennas for some reason, and has a separate port for the UAT antenna. That's what I don't understand. Like, why couldn't you just combine it all in one antenna? But I will say for who fought it, so it does come with two antennas. Well, mine did. Two antennas, two brackets, two feed lines, even though this is crap, but it's still two feed lines, and has two ports on the back so you can run it separately. This is some thin, I'm trying not to curse, some thin CHIT, some thin chit. I don't know how long it is, but for the 14th time tonight, I'm gonna say times are tight, and I'm not replacing it. This is what they sent me. This is what I'm putting up. But this is some thin stuff. This is 25 or 30 feet. There's gonna be some loss in this cable. But it does have on one side, it does have the, y'all probably can't see it, but it does have the SMA on one side and the end connector on the other side. So you have all the connectors you need. You don't have to worry about it being gender neutral, or don't assume my gender or anything like that, or putting gender changers on it like we did with the helium. It's all ready to go. So, boom, we all ready to go. All right, I want to eat 2,000 something. Hey, the best meme I used to send my wife all the time was day before payday, the day of payday. Let me see if I can find it. Just y'all bear with me for 1 second. You know we all need to laugh. Here's one of them. Almost payday. There's one of them. Let me see if I can find another one. The other one I used to have, I had it on my Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. There used to be one where it was a plate of ice and ketchup on top of the ice. Anyway, I can't find it. So I want to show y'all something. I'm hoping that my audio works, but I just thought it was something cool. Y'all might have saw it. I shared it earlier on the Discord, but when I saw the names pop up, I just thought it was funny that I thought some people would get a kick out of it. But so Discord puts up this checkpoint thing. Again, I'm hoping y'all can hear it. The sound's on. I guess you can hear it. It's so funny. So I just thought it was funny. So I had 7,388 messages in Discord. I was 5.9%. Those are the numbers. Total emojis used. I thought what was funny was that number 5 was it D Vaselino made the grumpy face. And I use this. I figured that I like to use this in other people's Discords because I think people are like, who the F is this dude that has his own face as a emoji that he can use? And it means Grumpster agrees. But if you don't hover over it, you probably don't know what the hell it means. And then I'm always laughing at something Who Farted said. So, that's probably why number 4 came in. And I do agree with a lot of stuff that y'all say, or when it's good news. So I thought that was kind of cool. So moving on, 17 hours of voice. I never use voice. Other than maybe listening to, I keep saying I want to do that with y'all, but we do this live now. So why do I need to do a voice thing also on Discord? But maybe listen to Wingbits AMAs. That's about, or maybe every now and then when our chat doesn't work on Call of Duty, I use this. So here we go. So my favorite servers are Grumpy Dad, hopefully, Wingbits, and Entropy. in my Discord squad. Who farted? Axie and the old man that I tell y'all about all the time, Mr. Wilbur. And Mr. Wilbur's me in PMs and DMs trying to help him out to unbreak something he broke. For a man who can't get off the couch because he's always hurt and something going on. And I see a lot of myself in Wilbur because I really think this is good. I'm seeing myself 30 years in the future. Still into radio stuff. My wife screams at me every time I try to climb up a one rung of a tower to get a piece of wire or something. Like, I see myself in this man. we try to help him out. And then, you know, farted. It is, you know, not to keep the duct tape over his mouth about the effing politics. He's a really good dude. I ain't saying that just because he's in here. And he is the reason why we fund majority of the projects we do. He always comes up with some new projects. Some of them are completely out of left field. Some are clear scams, and some are some really good ones. And, you know, he came up with Mastchain or Worldwide AIS, whatever it was before that, before anybody else did. And he means about it. And he's the same. About the board, man. There's something wrong with he means about it. So actually, I don't know how to do it. Hasn't blocked me yet on Facebook or told me, dude, you do realize we have a ticket system for all the problems you have with your 15 Wingbits devices. But honestly, I'm sure he don't feel the same. But Axie and I have probably one of the closest, like probably, look, I'm close with some of you, don't get me wrong, but Axie do 2 years now, 2.5 years now. Me and him have gone back and forth and stuff. But I'm telling y'all right now, if you need a secret kept, you tell Axie. That dude, I can't get nothing out of him. He will help me and go out of his way to help me. But I will tell you, I'm like, dude, what the hell's going on with TGE? What's going on with this? What's going on with this partnership? They will not leak. I'm telling you, will not leak. If I rob a bank, I'm telling that dude if I got to tell somebody. He ain't telling nobody nothing. But I appreciate everything that he's done for me, helping me with this setup with the YouTube channel and everything like that, in addition to the projects and me bouncing some different ideas off of and stuff like that. I just thought this was funny because the next slide says, my one person who was always my go-to. I know who fought is gonna have his feelings hurt. My sidekick is Axie. And you can pick these different stupid sayings. Voice chats are coziest, but me and him don't voice chat. So same time, same place next year. Or you can do, we're kind of a big deal. Oh, wait, come on, listen. Every time I hear a ping, I always hope it's from you. My wife might have to start asking questions. But I just thought that was, I just thought that was funny, my sidekick. What else? My games, Call of Duty, don't think I played. I have not played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater in years. I don't know where it's putting this from. Even when I did play it, I downloaded it and like, I'm too old to do this, and I put it. And started in orbs, and then I got some kind of deck there. That's all this was the 80s cassette tape. For y'all kids who are like, you know, 30 and under, this was a cassette tape. You could put it in this like this device and close it, and that's where the sound came from before that. Your phones. So now I have to just age myself. Our search ain't relevant anymore. You lost. That was the first question to come here and ask my YouTube channel. Just trying to trigger me. I'm having a good night. That's kind of a halfway question. Loaded question. We could talk about it for another 20 minutes, but I'm not. I'll give you the 60-second rundown, so I make the timer on. Your Sword Chain Mini itself, you can chuck it out the window. It is completely worthless now. They're no longer, after January 1, they will no longer be rewarding it. Apparently it must have been a lot of people bitching about it because they even came in and did an announcement, and somebody shared it on my channel, and I thought it was actually somebody from the group, so I started asking them questions, but it wasn't somebody from the team. It was somebody from my channel that was being nice and shared it. But they kind of just explained that it's it's at its end of life, and we just use it to support them early type of thing. So what they're trying to say is, if you have to, if your registered mini wallet stakes at least 2,000 SOR, you will get the maximum daily sword chain mini reward of 46 SOR a day. Like, you're supposed to get, I hate to use this word, but you're supposed to get so excited that you get erect without Cialis when they tell you that. Because the current price of a sword chain, I put it on my Discord earlier, but I don't want nobody to call me a liar. So what was it? 40 what? How many? 46 SOR a day, and 46 SOR should be worth 3 cents. 3 cents. So I hope you get as excited as I did when I learned that if I keep 2,000 SOR in my staking, I'm going to get 3 cents a day. That can't even buy you ice to put with your ketchup in your ramen noodles. What was it? 2,000 SOR. So 2,000 SOR is worth it. If you stake a whole $1.30 worth of SOR, it's disgusting. Like, this project, I don't know what happened to it. Did it ever have anything? Like, it was on some CEXs at one time, but like, I told y'all, I unstaked all mine. It has another 50 days left. God knows what the hell the price is going to be when that's done. Does anybody see this ever going up again at all, period? And, last I knew, I think I had close to 90,000. So my $100 I thought I had is now worth $62. And this is one that I can say that even though it's way, way down and I missed it, I'm selling it and just getting the hell out of. I do run, for all transparency, only because I still have a spot on my dashboard with a holder, and my phone that only has Wi-Fi running to it. I do run the sword chain dash camera, but I cannot figure out what the rewards are, how much they're worth for me riding around with it. I don't know when they even pay it out, and maybe that's the only reason why I'm still running it. There's my 60 seconds of sword chain. The 3 most spectacular ingredients: oil, corn and salt, nacho chips, and popcorn twist. Dude, nachos is my go-to thing, and I don't eat it that much. But when I go to movies, for those of y'all who have Sam's in the wholesale place, God, I can't believe I'm telling everybody this. Sam's sells the big gigantic nacho cheese, and I used to buy that shit, and that was my meal at night. I would sit on the sofa with a bowl of nacho cheese with my Tostitos nacho chips, or the ones from Sam's, and it had a cover on it, big cover on the can, so you can get it tonight. You take a couple of scoops out with your spoon, you warm it up in the microwave, and then it's like having your own nacho stand. It was great. I don't put jalapenos on it, but I love some nachos. But I haven't had nachos since I went to the movies last with my daughter. Whatever the last Avengers movie was, that's probably what. Oh, we went and saw. I can't. I was top 6.4 on Discord last year. I'm so pathetic. I only one Discord channel now, basically. I appreciate that. So I figured I'd join the whitelist of the brain one. You can talk about that if you want. I'm interested in what people think. I think that has potential with something else on all the Discord site we hear. Oh, that was that sword chain isn't going anywhere. Oh, I agree. Like, there are some projects that will let themselves go to nothing. It's the old helium thing. I haven't discussed Grumpy's words, rules, whatever. One day I'll have these things. For those of y'all who watch NCIS and have Gibbs rules, but Grumpy's rule number 8 A project can still be a success. It can still keep going on, but the rewards suck for miners. And there are some that you can have miners that don't do nothing. I'm sorry, the project ain't worth the shit, but the rewards are good to a point, and then it won't be. But rule number 8, some projects can go on in rewards. I call that, really, that needs to be the helium rule. Helium that hasn't worked. Now, people think helium is worthless and helium sucks and helium this and helium that. Helium's got a working network. They got people on cell phones using it. Got that partnership with T-Mobile. You have WeatherXM using their IoT side. You have Demo using the IoT side. That's a fully functioning, working network. The problem is now with all these nodes going offline, depending on where you drive, that's why I had to go send a helium device to my son at college, because his Demo device was going 2 or 3 weeks without connecting to anything, and he was riding around Monroe. There was no thing. And he's in Shreveport, and then there's nothing up there working. And in between all that, and then where he's at in the college that's in between all that, which is in a small little town, there was nothing. He goes to Monroe, hang out with some friends, and if y'all remember Monroe, Louisiana, there's a place they go hunting up there. And then also the Ducks Commander place. There's a place like to eat out there. And then, or they go the other way, they go to Shreveport. And even though it shows that there's functioning things on Moke and Explorer, he ain't hit none of them. So now this little town up there has got one helium thing. So I don't know how much longer those people are going to stay on the network when their devices won't work. Jaws you saw. No, I went to see Jaws by myself. But I did have nachos. Well, y'all made me feel like the worst father in the world. You think I remember that? It was one of these, she's all into the Avengers thing and stuff like that. So I guarantee it's one of those, it was Fantastic Four. See, I am a good father. The new Fantastic Four movie with the guy who's in every movie now. Yes, Fantastic Four. See, y'all make me feel horrible. So Who Farted has been looking into the hipness. You're not getting hypnotized to find out if you're cheating on your taxes or not. It's supposed to be another one of another D-pin that nope, that's not it. Here's my dog. You would think I have a Rottweiler in my house. I got this little bitty half poodle, half Maltese dog, Maltipoo, who will go and tear out the front door after gigantic Rottweilers if they pass in front of this house. She's the biggest bully in the world. However, when I know I didn't tell you all this, but I had don't ask me how I got in there, because I don't have no holes anywhere, but I had a possum in my attic. My wife thought there was a chihuahua in the attic. I'm like, there's no freaking dog in the attic. What are you talking about? No cat. There's no way. But my son, before he left for college, was taking the Christmas stuff down, left my garage door open, and left the attic door down. Guess what the possum did? It got cold as hell that night, and next thing you know, I got a possum in the attic. That was a great experience. The possum, I cornered them into a part of the underhang, and had to go rip my siding under the underhang out to get it to fall out. So now I do have a hole in my underhang of my siding that I have to get fixed before Christmas. Y'all think I lie to y'all when I tell y'all I got the worst luck in the freaking world. No, we live in South Louisiana, but it's not common for a newer house like this to have possums in the attic. Never had that in all my years. I've lived in this house for 20 years. No, yeah, 20 years. Y'all think I lie to y'all. Hypnus AI says, please renew the plan. Oh, that's not good. Oh, it might be a different one. We'll do some more research on it and get back to y'all. How about that? One thing I did want to hit on is, and I have it saved somewhere, I wanted to talk real quick before it gets too late and people start leaving, about Mastchain. Mastchain, their Discord is building up also. I don't know why I'm getting halfway cut off right here. You gotta love live, huh? I know I say it all the time. So we have Mastchain here, Mastchain, app.mastchain.io, and it has the dashboard. I have not, again, I'm out of pies, and I haven't really done my homework yet. I had an AIS tracker, boat tracker, years ago. Used the old computer. It was Windows based. You put the black SDR like I showed you on the previous videos. And it does need a marine or VHF antenna that picks up around the 160 megahertz range. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to get it trying to put up an antenna this size. VHF is very long banded, long waved, and you need longer. That's why I like those white marine antennas that you see on fishing boats. Like we had stuff with like 8 feet long. Now I'm not saying you have to have an 8 feet long. When somebody shared an antenna earlier, somewhere, but the question I keep getting is Mastchain something I could run? And what I wanted to show y'all was, one guy said, I'm in New York, but I'm not close to the water. Brother, if you're in New York and you can put this antenna outside, then you can run this. I told him to come join me in the live. It's a guy who talks to me every now and then on thing. He's at work, so he couldn't join the live. But what I wanted to show you is right up here somewhere is, this is APRS.5. If y'all familiar with the APRS website, I couldn't get it to work earlier. I'm gonna try to get it to work now. It is very slow and wonky, but this is the amateur side of tracking cars and stuff. But you can see where some people upload AIS into APRS.5. Now, again, this is how slow this website is. This ain't my computer. This is just how long it takes to, let me see if I can refresh it. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So I knew this was going to happen. Like, this is how slow this website is. I think it's just because it has so much data that it's trying to get on this website and on this page that, like, I'm not pressing it. Like, come on, man. What I'm trying to show you is on here, I can show y'all where the guy is, where he lives at, that is receiving this. Now, again, this is APRS and AIS. I'm just trying to show y'all the range. Don't freak out thinking that if you run Mastchain, you're gonna see where I live at. No. With amateur radio licensing, we can see who the guy is receiving the signal on this page, and then go to FCC and see what the channel is. I mean, see what the license is. But what I'm trying to show y'all is, if I can get this to work. Look how slow it is. Like, there's got to be a better way. All right, y'all bear with me. So where am I at? Boston, Newport. All right, so this guy lives about right up in here. All right, now if this works right, at some point, all my data points will finally, hopefully, finally. But my point I'm trying to make is, this guy lives right here. He lives in an apartment building. So I have no idea what kind of antenna he's using in the apartment building. But his apartment is, I mean, his address is an apartment. What I wanted to show you is, you see all these, and these lines are all in the way. But see all these ships right here? You see all these ships? You see all these ships? This is one guy in an apartment. Now, I know it's hard for y'all to see the scale, but some of this is 13 to 15 miles away from his apartment. So, depending on where you live at, you will still be able to pick this up. Now, if you live 200 miles inshore, no. Now, you look at this website, and this website will show you how, depending on where you live at, this is in the middle of Missouri, Tennessee. And there are ships that go up and down. If you have a place, somebody brought up earlier about Wisconsin. I go to Wisconsin every now and then. Actually, I go to Duluth for my CB Synthetics AMSOIL conference. And I like it. It's a little rundown, but I like it just because it's definitely not Louisiana. And it gets, negative 30 sometimes. But, if you're in Wisconsin, depending on where you're in Wisconsin, you have ships that travel all through here. So this is basically kind of this is Mastchain, except this is what Mastchain is going to be, but just not on the crypto level. Mastchain is going to compensate you. So just think of it as, hey, I can build my own station, kind of like Wingbits was in the early days, with a Pi, with a black SDR, some feed line, with an antenna. Got to put the antenna outside, and especially with VHF, you have to get the antenna super stupidly high. The higher, the better. The difference is with Wingbits, I just got to worry about planes 40,000 feet in the air. However, with this, I'm trying to catch stuff at sea level, or whatever, whatever the water level is. But again, what I'm trying to tell y'all is, you could live right here in the middle of Mississippi and possibly catch these ships going up and down. This one must be tired of business or something like that. But you can see all the ships we have constantly going up and down the Mississippi River. All the stuff offshore and everything like that. Now, when you get to Texas, but even like Colorado's got somebody with, somebody must be on a pond. I don't know. So, you can kind of see, I know who fought it is somewhere in Canada, but depending on how close he is and how far this stuff comes inland, I don't know his exact location, but, if he can get it stupidly high and he lives. But this is marine tracking. This is marine tracking. If you have, if you know somebody, where's 619 at? You get this high enough, especially if you get this on the water. Just like any other radio waves. Some radio waves just skip across water onto the curvature of the earth. There's nothing to block it. So this is, to me, what that would look like. And if, not that I'm going to do it, but you get a VHF antenna on a tower. And let me tell you another good thing about VHF. Your low VHF frequencies, when you get into the 30 megahertz, even like the ham stuff, 7 megahertz, 50 megahertz, your low band stuff. And then you start going into the high band and the very high band, VHF, and you start getting to the hundreds. You don't have all that loss. Remember we talked about this and how thin this was for 1090 megahertz? Oh, did y'all hear that catastrophe? And this is LMR 400. You know what? There's hardly any difference. You run 100 feet of this on low band or 100, and you run 100 feet of LMR 400. There's a slight difference. I can sit there and say there's no difference, but it's not detrimental like it is with Wingbits or these other 1090 megahertz or 915 megahertz and stuff like that. Pisses me off is I did giveaways like a year ago, giving away them black SDRs, thinking I wasn't going to need them because I was using blue and the green SDRs for Wingbits. Now I need a freaking black SDR and I don't have one. As my green ones failed for Wingbits, I started buying the little LNAs from AliExpress or the LNAs, NoLX from Amazon, and sticking them on a black, because the black to me was more wideband. I'm getting better messages from them. You just have to run power to the SDR, but I'm on my DIY Wingbits devices. That's kind of my go-to. So I've used them all up. I have none. So for me to set up a DIY, and I'm planning on doing it very soon. Gotta get a hold of an SDR. I got a place that has an old VHF at 10 on it. I gotta go sweep it. I don't know what the frequency is, but it's got some pretty decent height. So I would just have to hook up a Pi or whatever. I don't know if I can use a computer for this project like I was doing with the old AIS. But I'm getting into this. I wanted to get into this before I signed up for the alpha. I don't know who fought it can say how long ago that was. I don't know how long ago that was. I wanted to get involved in this just because this is up my alley, you know. Like I showed y'all that APRS crap. Yeah, like you can't see this. The same thing. Like I said, this guy is up here in Upper West Side or whatever the hell this is, Manhattan Island. In all these spots, this is him. All these spots, all up in here, 15 or 17 miles. I measured it before we started, and that's what he's getting. And it's got to be a small antenna because he's in an apartment building, stuck to a window, probably. I think we talked about this one before. Somebody asked me about this one. I'm pretty sure we talked about this one before, but another drone tracking project, Flight Grid. I saw JD talking about it earlier from Heal and Deploy. I know I'm negative about everything, guys. Look, it could be a successful project. It's just, do we need another? And like, you know, at least with 4D Sky, they're not just strictly doing drone. They're doing other things also. I keep telling y'all with my work, I'm involved with some of these companies doing drone. There's some very, very, very big hitters out there that have millions to burn. Now, Flight Grid's supposed to be backed by Sky Safe, which is a big, what would you call that, layer 2, but you know, a non-crypto company. So they might have a chance, but I don't know. This is another one. I want to start kind of asking at work to my contacts about Sky Safe and see what they say about them, and then say, well, do you know Sky Safe's also doing a spinoff into the crypto realm, DPIN layer 3 of Flight Grid, and I want to see what my contacts say about that. So I am curious to see kind of where that goes. Oh, I think a literal shit. No interest in putting growth. Yeah, I'm done with, like, Telegram is, I know I'm closed-minded, but Telegram, I could do without. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button before y'all leave. I know we had more people in this earlier, but make sure you hit the like button, please, before we go. So it's range like half of Wingbits range. I would say it's a quarter of Wingbits range. Probably less than a quarter. I failed college math. It's all about height. And I know y'all hear that all the time with helium, but VHF is even more, because I could keep saying, I know I say this over and over like a broken record, but with Wingbits, you're on your house and you're trying to get planes at 40,000 feet. So even if you have a neighbor next to you, his roof's right here, majority of the planes are 40,000 feet up, right? So you're still going to get majority of the planes. You might miss some way further, 250 miles out, because your neighbor's roof. Where with VHF, depending on how far the ship is, you're trying to hit a ship that's almost the same height as your roof. Maybe a little bit taller, depending on how high the water is level. You know, I can look down my street and I see the Mississippi River. And one day I'll take a picture for y'all. I did many videos about it on my outdoors channel. And when that river's high and the levee is just holding it in, it's a little butt clenching nervous, if that's the way you want to put it. But you look down that street and that ship is higher than your house. I'm talking about the bottom of the ship. That water's halfway up that levee. The levee's 30 feet. And that's why we will, the levee police will go up and down the levee, because sometimes people drive vehicles on it, four-wheelers on it, stuff like that. They are stupidly strict. You'll get a ticket and it's stupidly expensive when that water is hitting that levee, because that's the only protecting us from being flooded. That's when they start talking about closing spillways and stuff. If y'all hear that, I know it makes national news and stuff. But my point is, you can see the bottom of that ship, and that ship's higher than your house. So there will be some times that a ship that antenna on top of that mast might be higher than what you're getting, but a lot of times it's not. And I don't want nobody getting this, you know, but the good thing about it is yes, you're going to have to pay for an antenna. And I have not even started doing my research yet on what kind of antennas for y'all. Somebody shared one earlier. It was $150. It looked like a very good antenna. But I don't know. I'll tell you right now, I don't have the capital. Like, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but you know, when I started with D-Fly and Wingbits, I had the capital back then where I could just go buy goofy antennas on Amazon, bought 10 antennas and made some and go try them all out and test them out for y'all and see which ones are better. I don't have that right now. So I can't go buy, nor we don't know what kind of legs this project's going to have. Make sure y'all, I'm sure everybody here is in my Discord already, but $140 Marine AIS vertical outdoor base antenna. Even this one, like I said, this is only a 3 dBi gain antenna, and you're looking at 5 feet, a little bit less than 5 feet. I think the ones we used on the boats were 8 feet, and that was a 6 dBi antenna. So you're not compromising with these antennas. And I think that's what the biggest shock is going to be to some people who don't mind putting an antenna that looks like this, or like the one I recommend from Amazon for the Wingbits one. You know, what is this? 18 inches, 20 inches, maybe, if that. This thing's 5 to 6 feet long. Now, if you were using what I call the King of Kings antenna from the Helium days, which is the one that I recommended to everybody that outperformed anything I threw in front of it, that was the Laird FG9026. That was also about a 6 foot long antenna. So if you already have one of those and you're used to that, then you'll have no problem with this. But some of my hosts had issues with a 20 inch or 24 inch or whatever that was Wingbits antenna. They're not putting this on there. Now, I will say though, while at Grumpy's house, the Mississippi River is right here. And I showed y'all earlier about all these different, the river and everything else like that. I also have my stations on Grand Isle that there's nothing blocking it. But again, getting one of my hosts to sit there and want to put a antenna that size on there, I just don't know about. Again, who fought it? Somebody sent that to me. I've been so busy lately. I have done zero research on the antenna market for Marine. But it's not it's not hard to sit here and Google marine VHF antenna. But I know there was a my buddy had one that was a Shakespeare stainless steel whip. Here's right here. This is $139. And I'm gonna tell you something about VHF. Kind of like some of these other antennas too. You want longer because the longer the antenna is, think of it as more surface. I explained it to somebody earlier, almost like a net. You want the biggest net you can cast, throw out to capture signal, right? So when you start compromising with shorter antennas, you're compromising on catch area. That makes sense. Or you might only get a partial signal, partial packet, if that's what this is. When you Google Home Depot, I don't know about all that, but Cobra 30-mile range VHF outdoor marine antenna. I will say, when it gets to, when you start getting to these VHF antennas and all this stuff, and these fiberglass antennas, probably whatever one you want to get at this point, I would think. I don't know that much about them, but you know, we always use the Shakespeare 8-foots. 5-foot fiberglass with 6 dB gain. Eight-foot with 6 dB gain. That don't make no sense. The gain's the same. Yeah, I'm not buying a Cobra Marine antenna. But hey, y'all can see what we got some research to do. There's not a lot of people in Discord saying that, hey, this is what I'm using, The Discord's new. It's still getting there. But I know, like I said, JD or whatever, plans on having the guy from Mastchain, I'm sorry. Plans on having him I'm playing around with their website. So this must not be live yet to be able to see where they are tracking at. As if we need another project. Oh, that's what. All right. Anybody got anything else? It is 8:15. Let's see if I see anything on Telegram that might be worth mentioning. I don't know. I don't see nothing. Looking in, I get cross-eyed looking at Telegram. Like it's so hard to thumb through all this stuff. I don't know. Just keep your combiners plugged in. Keep brushing your teeth twice a day, like a good boy and girl. Or you chirp, and that's it. Hope everybody has a good weekend. I'll be trying to stay inside dry. I won't be going hunting or doing anything. Might be collecting some cans on side of the road. This go starting a stake to own D-pin using. This go starting a stake to own D-pin using sensors from AliExpress. I think they call that entropy. I don't know. All right, boys and girls, I appreciate everybody who passed by. I know our last 2 or 3 lives have gone to 9:30, but I have not eaten at all. I had a salesperson, my fiber ISP person I tell you all about all the time, that, you know, I had these different ISPs that they VLAN to all these different sites for me for all my D-pin projects. Yeah, I'm paying them enough a month. So they actually brought me a Christmas gift, which was a box. You know, we have all these meat places around. I don't know if you'll have that, like butcher shops almost, but it has smoked meats in it. And one was a big chicken breast looking thing with rice dressing in it. One of them had boudin, if y'all know what boudin is, rice inside of a chicken casing gizzard type thing. I'm not a boudin person. My son loves it. And this awesome looking Cajun mac and cheese, but it wasn't like macaroni noodles. It was like spaghetti macaroni noodles and like this cheese. And it's been in my oven now for an hour and 20 minutes. And the time's about to be up and I'm starving and it smells wonderful. So unfortunately, I don't have any Hubig's pies for dessert. I do have Bluebell, but it's too cold to be eating ice cream. So I might make a big gumbo this weekend. But other than that, homemade deer jerky giveaways at Grumpy's TG. I got to kill a deer to have a homemade deer jerky. I make homemade deer jerky when I have a deer, but my deep freezer is unplugged and empty right now because Grumpy is too picky when he goes hunting. I know I sound like my wife, but you know, the old adage, like I put in my video, don't let anything pass on the first day that you'd shoot on the last day, because on the last day, I never see anything. So, and it's supposed to rain this weekend, so I ain't going nowhere this weekend. Last weekend was so bad, I almost quit hunting forever. I literally the whole way home, I'm like, I'm so sick of hunting, not seeing anything. And if I sell all my hunting gear, can I buy fishing gear and just fish year round or buy more crypto with it? So we didn't even look, not that I'm gonna keep y'all longer, but I haven't even looked at crypto today. Got so many stupid lines. This is the daily chart. Daily chart, 1 hour. So we sideways. Hey, sideways is better than down, right? What's my vet doing? Vet's that. No, I just wanted vet to go to, like, I didn't, not that I have anything to buy, but I wanted under a penny. Under a penny. If I get under a penny, I'm telling you right now, I'm probably taking a lot of my H&T, I don't care what it's worth, $2, and I'm putting it, I want to put a couple of $100 into VeChain if it goes under a penny. And know my luck, again, it's going to go down this 0.011. Even though it's not really that much difference in rewards probably at the end, it's a psychological thing for me. So I can say I bought it at unpaid. So when it hits 2 cents and 3 cents and 4 cents, I know it's a multiplier. But I'm letting y'all know right now, it's killing me. I'm so sick of seeing my peak go down. I had several, probably almost over 1,000 at one point of peak. And last I checked, it was down to like $100 maybe, something like that. I'm thinking about pulling it all out and just taking a loss, just so I ain't got to deal with it. Just so I ain't got to keep looking at it. Just so, because it's like every time I look at it, like that knife gets twisted. If I had some money to blow, I'd put it on whiff. AVAX, $12. Told y'all $12 was stupid. But again, you know, some people say, will we ever have an alt season again? Adam, dropping down to this level. I got an alarm on Adam under $2, but I don't know. I don't know. This is making me depressed. I have no alcohol. That's how poor. Oh, I said the P word. God damn it. So I wasn't going to say it. Someone's going to make a stupid comment that all I do is talk about how poor I am. Damn, I said it again. All right. Appreciate it. hit the like button on the way out. Somebody get the like on the way out. And I gotta try to do some videos this weekend. I gotta get the algorithm help me out again. The algorithm's killing me. But check it out. Maybe I'll do a video on strictly Mastchain. I don't know. Gotta do something. Or y'all give me some suggestions. What do y'all want to see videos on? So appreciate it. See y'all. See y'all next video. Thank y'all again for all the support. I appreciate it.